Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video here today from Manosphere of women hitting the wall. You know, we have a lot of girls these days who are going into their 30s, their mid-30s, and they are starting to panic because they realize that the time is running out. Womanism has sold them a lie. They are running out of time to have a family, to find a good man, to get married. And of course, this makes for some absolutely hilarious content. We also have some women who straight up deny the wall and think that they're going to find their Prince Charming when they're way older, which of course is hilarious as well. So without further ado, let's jump in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
A man ended a date as soon as the woman showed up because she uses filters on social media.
5 things I started doing when I turned 30.
If you're like me and you're in your early to mid 30s, you may have started to notice some changes happening here.
I've got 1 month left till my 20s are over. My body's not younger, but my brain isn't older.
Tell me how I'm 30
Maybe that's the problem.
years old, but I feel like I'm 20 until I actually hang out with a 20-year-old, and then I'm like, nope, I'm 30.
If you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you're still single, and you are like, I swear I'm gonna be single forever, oh my god, blah, 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 I feel you.
Because it's my 32nd birthday, I'm going to share 32 life lessons.
Ladies who are over 35, do not despair.
A lot of girls, once they start pushing that 30 mark, they're like, okay, I gotta lower my standards a little bit because it's not working out.
We have that pressure of time and eggs.
They lower their standards, and what happens? They think they have settled, but actually the guy's on their level. And what happens after that? Well, we all know the rate of divorce.
Yep, this is absolutely true. So what happens is girls go into their 30s. Manosphere is absolutely correct here. They get into their 30s. They think, oh, I need to find a good man now. They find some simp or some dude who's going to take care of her despite her terrible past. And then they end up divorcing him because deep down, they resent the guy. I'll actually change the wording a bit here. I don't think that these women lower their standards. I think they just lower the standards in terms of looks, right? The dude who has to come and save these women, oh, she has all the standards in the world, right? He has to be making some money. He has to provide and care for her. He has to do all of these different things, right? Because he's not as attractive. Okay, when women get to 30 and 35, man, they just lower their need for physical attractiveness, but they raise absolutely everything else, right? How many videos have we seen on modern women when they hit 30? They get very crystal clear on what they want. It's all about what they want.
Why do you think that's happening? Because they didn't get married with the guy they wanted. Because those guys want to date and marry younger women.
And I feel like society does a really good job of
reminding us
of that, that timeline.
Like,
I don't know what this woman is talking about. Society does a very bad job, actually, of reminding women of their timeline. The lie that's sold to women these days, guys, is very prevalent, and it goes something like this. You can have it all. You can go out there, have a fantastic career. You can party all throughout your 20s. You can find a man and marry and settle down. You can have all of it. That is the lie that is sold to modern women. I think that society does a terrible job of reminding women of their timeline. In fact, you have so many women who are encouraging each other to ignore each other's timeline.
always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Right, and like once you hit 30, your eggs start shriveling.
So apparently there's this thing that sexist men on the internet say happens to women when we turn 30, and it's called hitting.
I think there are so many women in this sort of situation who end up single in their 30s who are amazing, and they don't seem to be meeting the right, well, you know, a guy that matches up to their level.
Ah, yes, the classic, right? The classic. The modern women are amazing, but the dudes just aren't on their level. Man, this is just narcissism in a nutshell, isn't it, really? You have these girls who hit 30, who have failed to find a man, and of course, it's not the woman's fault, right? It's never the woman's fault. It's just that the men aren't good enough. They aren't earning enough money. They're not tall enough. They're not chivalrous enough. And what it really comes down to, guys, is these women are chasing dudes who are way out of their damn league, and then they're mad because these men won't take them out on dates. Of course they won't take you out on dates. They don't want to date you. They don't want to date some career woman who's strong-headed and assertive and incredibly masculine. Men don't like to date masculine women. I know it might come as a shock to you, but we don't. Now, you might sit there and you might think that you're amazing, but you're really not all that. Let me just tell you that.
But I think there's something to be said about the fact that when you are...
Yeah, the ones that settle end up getting divorced because they didn't get the guy that they wanted. And the ones that don't get married, that are still single, it's because they don't want to lower their expectations. They don't want to lower their level.
In your 30s and you have your own success and you've built your own life and you're independent, you don't need someone.
Ah, yes, guys, that's exactly what I want as a man, right? I want a woman who doesn't need me, who's strong and successful, and who's independent. It's crazy to me, guys, that women don't even understand. They'll say this stuff and they don't even realize that it's man repellent. No dude is attracted to your career. Like, I don't know where these women are getting it from themselves. They're getting it from each other. They think that because they like a man with a career, that we give a damn about her career. We don't. I'm telling you right now, and you know, if you don't need a man, then what's the point of us being there? Men, we like to feel needed, we like to feel wanted, you know, we like to feel as though somebody has gratitude for us. We don't like to do things and then be unappreciated for it. Men go where they are appreciated. This is literally why dudes leave Western countries, and they go to places like the Philippines or the Thailand and things like this, is because they don't want to deal with women like this who have no gratitude, who feel like they don't need no man.
So they have to be really, really special for you to want to actually invest your time in them.
Tired women, jaded women who hit the wall.
Women who have hit the wall. So I just wanted to briefly touch on this.
Oh, she's mad.
Obviously, I'm on TikTok, but I have met so many nice women, and I'm so happy because even my one-to-one sessions, I've made so many friendships, and people are so nice here. But there is like a small minority of comments that say, I have hit the wall, I'm just here for money, I'm bitter, and I'm giving really bad advice to young women.
If I were a betting man, I would say that that is probably true, to be honest with you. Right, so here we have a woman who's single in her 30s, it seems. I'm going to assume. I don't know, maybe she's been married for 15 years or whatever. The way she talks tells me no, you know. But, you know, maybe she's 35 here with the makeup and whatever else, and she's been married since she was 20. I don't know. But my intuition is telling me absolutely not, and that we just have here another single woman in her 30s who has completely failed at dating, who is charging women for dating advice. Now, guys, I don't have any issue with people charging whatever they want on the internet. I don't particularly give a damn. But as a woman, if you're giving advice to women and you're single, I don't really know about that. I think it's different for men because I don't think that men are really incentivized to get into relationships these days. I don't really think that it's a great victory, for example, for a man to be married, because all that I hear when I see that is just a bunch of risk, right? A man has entered into a situation where he can get absolutely screwed over. So I don't really consider that a win. Now, you know, these female dating coaches, no marriage, giving advice to women, charging for it, one-on-one sessions. Yeah, no thanks.
Older women, especially those that give advice and make money from giving dating advice, they all give bad advice.
So I just want to comment on that. I do not hate men, so it's quite the opposite. I really don't hate men. I honestly don't. And I just believe that if you are a woman with options, it's always best to go for the best option.
Women always have options, by the way. And this is why you are single, right? Is because these women, they do what this woman says right here. They always shoot for the top option. But guess what? The top men, they don't want you. This is why all of these women think that dating apps suck, is because they're all swiping on the same dude. These dudes don't want a relationship with you. They don't want anything serious. This is the problem. And also, women conflate their options. You think that you have options just because you get attention from a guy or because you go to his bedroom. That's not an option. Where's your ring from the man? Where's your committed relationship? If you can't get commitment from the man, he is not an option. These women are delusional.
You're over 30. You're not a woman with options. When you're in your 20s, you're a woman with options. When you're in your 20s, you can have whatever guy you want. But you don't want to be in a relationship when you're in your 20s. You want to have that hot girl summer. That's the problem. And you think, oh, well, I'm in my 30s now. I'm doing even better because I have a high-paying job and I have my own apartment and this and that. Men don't care about that. They don't. So if you're over 30, you can't say you have lots and lots of options because you're lying. You're lying to yourself.
Even if a man was in a room and he had as many options as a female, he would definitely go for the best option. And why can't a woman? Okay? So why can't a woman want the best for herself?
Nobody said that. Nobody said that, but the divorce rate shows us.
You know what? I think these women should continue to go out there and go for their best option. It's obviously working so well for them. Women are succeeding. They are striving in modern day relationships. Oh, wait, they aren't. They all complain because men don't commit to them, that all men are players, they get screwed over and things like this. You see what I'm saying, guys? Like, here's the thing. If you're a woman and you want to say, I'm going to go for my best option, okay, go out there, see how it works for you. Now, when you come crying because he won't commit to you and because he only wants a situationship with you, maybe you should rethink your approach. Maybe that guy isn't an option. Maybe he's only interested in having fun with you and he doesn't want a relationship. Maybe you should humble yourself.
That women are settling, that's why they're getting divorced. They're not getting married to their first choice. That's the problem. And men, yes, of course, they want to date younger, but they have choices. When they're 35, men have choices. When they're 40, men have choices. I'm 37, my girlfriend is 23. It's not the same for women. We are different. The fact that she doesn't realize this, it's clear she's not giving good advice on dating to young women.
And go for that instead of going into a relationship with a man and you are struggling, you're broke, and you're going to have a hard life. So they are my thoughts, okay? So I'm not bitter. My past experiences were probably better than the majority of people, so I'm really not bitter, and I have not hit any type of wall either. But yeah, I just think that
you're still single, of course you hit the wall. If you didn't meet the right guy in your 20s, what makes you think you will meet them now when you have higher expectations, higher standards, when you want a man with more money?
I love, by the way, how she says that her past experiences aren't that bad. Number one, that they were still bad, it sounds like. What do I mean by past experiences? This woman has probably gone out there, got into a bunch of situationships with men who don't want to commit to her. And so she says, well, my past experiences probably weren't as bad as other women. But she still failed. Okay, and what does that tell you about the experiences of other women? It tells you that they failed much worse. And this is what I'm talking about, guys. These women, they go out into the dating market, as it were, in their 20s. They chase the bad boys. They chase the very attractive guys on Tinder and all these dating apps and Instagram and things like this. And make no mistake, guys, I said the attractive men, okay? Not the men who are kind, not the men who have good morals, not the men who are secure financially so much, right? They go for the really attractive guys. And then when they hit 30, they're like, damn, you know, my eggs are actually running out, right? I'm running out of time. I need to have a family. I need security. Oh, I need a man with a big wallet now. And not just any wallet, he needs to make more money than me because I am successful. As if men give a damn. You've wasted your entire 20s screwing around, and now the next man who is going to have a relationship with you has to pay extra. It's not happening, bro. It's not happening.
Better to go for the best option. Men would do it every time. So why can't a woman who has options go for the best one? It's the smartest choice. I mean, most people would agree with that.
We need to come up.
Yeah, you think you have options, but where's your husband? That's my question. If you have so many options and you're so amazing, Why have you failed at dating? It's because these men that you're chasing, they're not your options. These are guys who want to hit it and quit it, as it was. I hate to use such crude language, but they're not interested in you like that. Let's continue.
Robot, boyfriend or girlfriend, partner, whatever, for people that are going through a divorce. That way, you don't feel super lonely, and you can like, or is there like a service of men or women, but for me it'd be man.
That's already happening in Japan. And in 10-15 years, I'm sure robots will be more and more common.
That I could buy to just give me compliments all day and tell me he loves me and everything's gonna be okay, and call me and check on me and like just build me the hell up, and
then she can tear down a real man after the robot builds her up.
And because I don't actually want someone, I just want some affirmation right now.
Guys, before Manosphere responds here, please don't buy this crap from women where they sit there and they tell you that they need all of these kind things. I just want somebody to give me affirmations all day and compliments and be really nice to me and blah, 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 right? Because these women go out here and they try and convince men to give them this, right? Give me the attention, give me the validation, do all this for me. But the men who do that get treated like garbage. You probably know this, right? Maybe you're an older guy. Maybe when you were younger, you used to give women attention and validation. You realized that it was a complete waste of time because it got you nowhere. And so you don't do it anymore. And that makes total sense to me, man, right? You have these women who are out here like, give me compliments, give me this, give me that. But they don't appreciate the men who give them those things. They really don't. The only men that they appreciate these things from are the really attractive ones who would, mind you, the women would like them whether they were kind or not, man. There's been studies, right? There's been instances where dudes go out there, they make like fake Tinder accounts and everything like this. They pretend the dude has been to federal prison, and the women don't care if the man's attractive enough. They don't care how kind the man is. They don't care if he has a criminal record, for goodness sake. So don't give me this stuff of I need compliments all day. Go and get your robot, madam. Good luck to you.
You are already getting that from Sims and other women in the comment section, so don't worry.
Men value different things than women do. They value beauty, youth, and they value someone that respects themselves. When you start aging, your biological clock is ticking, and that is just a real fact. Going into your 30s, your options are going to be less than when you were in your 20s.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
So that woman saying that she wants to choose the best option. Good, but you don't have options to choose from. You won't find the guy that you want. Why? Because that guy was in your 20s. That's what hitting the wall means. Because a lot of women think, oh, hitting the wall means I won't find anybody. No, it's not about that. You'll always find a simp or a guy that is so desperate that will do anything just to get that pussy. But it's not about that. They can't find the man that they want. And we can see that by the divorce rate. 70% of divorces are initiated by women, 80% if they're college educated. So what does that tell us?
Man, Manosphere makes a really good point here. I actually thought that it went as high as 90% if the women are college educated, which, by the way, college educated these days basically just translates to brainwashed by womanism. A lot of university campuses have essentially just turned into indoctrination camps, where people are brainwashed with all of these different ideas, one of which is, you know, the womanist line of thinking that you have all the time in the world, that men are bad, etc., etc. So, yeah, divorce rates are through the roof, man. They're commonly initiated by women. Men are not the ones who are typically initiating these divorces. And also, I have the hunch, guys, that a lot of these men who are initiating the divorces, who are, again, the minority, are probably doing it because the woman is absolutely being unbearable. I don't really see a lot of men throw out their marriages because they feel like it. It's usually because the woman has done something really, you know, egregious or horrible, and the dude has to put his foot down and say, no, I can't recover from this. This is not going to be tolerated anymore. Women, on the other hand, man, filing for divorce left, right, and center because of, you know, because they feel like it, trying to take the dudes for assets, child support, alimony, things like this. I mean, it's a complete clown world, and they wonder why dudes don't want to get married.
That they are not getting married with the man that they want. Because they can't get that. Why? Because the average age of getting married in the USA, it's 31, I think. 30, 31, something like that. They're not getting married in their 20s.
Isn't it a coincidence, guys, that the average age for marriage is when women are panicking and freaking out because they need to find a man to settle down with, right? 31 is like when these women realize, hey, wait a minute, I need to pump out some kids now if I want to have them at all. I need to marry a dude now. I can't continue to have these awkward family gatherings where people are asking me where my ring's at because I still don't have a man. I need to wrap up my party years. I need to get a guy who's secure now. I can't continue to go out there to the club, even though they will return. And it's a matter of convenience, right? It's not because they love the guy. It's not because they care about the guy. It is unfortunately a matter of convenience, guys. Getting married when they need it. It's about need. It's about what I want, what I need. It's never about loving or caring about the other person. It's really quite sad to see, guys. Like, I mean, the stats reflect that, you know? The average age for these marriages are when women need to get married.
And those guys around your age are now looking at the younger women.
Yeah.
And you're going to be competing now with the 20-year-olds for the guys that you want. And then now when you're ready to start settling down and possibly start thinking about having kids, those same guys might feel like you're rushing them, and they might not want the same things at this point.
True.
So then the dating market starts getting stressful, and then now these women are rushing for time.
Been dating someone pretty intensely for the last 6 weeks, and it was wonderful. It was wonderful. It was.
We covered this woman recently on an episode, I believe. Dating a man intensely for 6 weeks. What does that mean? I'm sure it was real intense. But of course, when women say dating these days, it basically just means hooking up with them. Oh, I was talking to a guy for 6 weeks. Like, come on. We all know what you were doing. You didn't have a relationship. You didn't have anything. It's really crazy, man, that women will throw around these words because what they mean is they were just hooking up with these men.
It was full. We were full of conversation and
oh, wow.
laughter and friendship and all these wonderful things.
Yeah, friendship. Notice, guys, no relationship.
Okay.
But for various reasons, we're just at different life stages and doesn't necessarily have long-term compatibility.
That's a fancy way of saying he just wanted to smash. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with me, okay?
So I know it was the right decision for us to end it, but I'm also sad because it was really fun and I don't want that to stop. But it's also annoying that didn't work out and I have to go back to dating because it's really hard.
1-900-9099-CRY. I was once told that women lose their value after 30. It literally drops in half. I was 29 and I had 6 months before I turned 30. It was during a podcast with the late Kevin Samuels, and I argued with him. I got pissed off with him. I couldn't help but think about what my boyfriend at the time was thinking because he was a huge Kevin Samuels fan. Anyway, today happens to be my 31st birthday. That boyfriend and I broke up. I got over a
Wow, what an absolute shocker. The woman who's arguing with Kevin Samuels, her relationship ended up not working out. Real shocker right there. You already know, man, as soon as some of these women start talking, you already know that the relationship was never going to last in the first place. That it was going to be over, that she's too masculine to make it work, and it was just clearly visible from the beginning.
year of therapy, started doing music, started doing my own nails, taught myself how to sew so I can better my swimsuit company, started my passion projects of giving back. Honestly, I don't know what value he was referring to. I'm pretty sure it was something about being in the dating marketplace or some bullshit.
She's still single, so everything Kevin Samuels said is true. She's living proof, even if she's doing better in life. With money, with her businesses, that doesn't transfer to her love life.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, I'm confused here, right? It doesn't sound to me like Kevin Samuels was actually wrong. Okay? Like, it doesn't sound like the dude was wrong. She's just tilted about it. And she's like, yeah, look, I've got these businesses now, and I've got this going on and that going on. I guarantee you her businesses are not successful, by the way. Every woman on Instagram says this, man. Oh, yeah, I'm thriving in my business. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And you check out their Instagram page, and it's like they have a 300-follower little nail business thing that their friends follow. Okay? And again, men don't care about your career. This doesn't help you out in dating. Point in case you're still single. No guy looks at a woman's occupation, and let's just say, for example, she's a lawyer. Dudes don't look at that and think, oh, wow, she's a lawyer. That's really attractive to me. Dudes don't think like this. We really don't. And a lot of these women, they get to this age and they're doing all this crap with their careers, or at least they say they are. But this doesn't help you in the dating world whatsoever. It really doesn't. Just because it helps men, women will look at a dude's bio on, like, I don't know, a dating app or something, and if it says he's a lawyer, then that gives you some, something. The women will be more likely to respond to you, I suppose, because they think that you have money. They think that you're successful. But men, we don't really care about your success. Hell, oftentimes, we don't even want a woman who's super well known or anything like this. We don't want women with, like, thousands of followers and everything. This just screams like liability and risk to us.
Tell y'all something. I don't give a fuck what y'all think about my value, because I place value on myself. And for my fellow women out there who are younger than 30, older than 30, or being told that we exist solely to reproduce, your value is what you make it.
Nobody said that, by the way. Nobody said that women's sole thing that they had to do was reproduce. You can not have kids if you want. I don't give a damn. But, Kevin Samuels, for example, is being honest with you. Your value in the dating marketplace decreases. I love this argument that these people have, man. They're like, well, I think I'm this valuable, so I am. This is like a dude, right, who's overweight, who doesn't go to the gym, who has no hygiene, no friends, no job, and he's like, man, I'm a 10 out of 10. I deserve some model to come along and love me and give me absolutely everything. If the dudes did that, they'd be absolutely roasted, man. The first thing would be like, yo, you're too big, go to the gym, your hygiene is terrible, women won't like you because of this, and this, right? But women do this crap and it's like, yes, queen, you go, queen, you deserve the world. It's crazy to me, man. It's really crazy.
She's so lovely, guys. Why wouldn't you want her to be your wife?
No, thank you.
What's wrong with you? Are you crazy? She's perfect.
Oh, hell no.
I don't care how old I am. I care about how old I feel, how old I look.
We will talk in 10 years, and then let me know if you feel the same.
Yeah, guys, I might weigh 300 pounds, but I don't feel like I weigh 300 pounds, and women should treat me the way I deserve to be treated. These people do not live in reality, man. They just make crap up, I swear. I feel, you know what, guys? I feel like I make $1 million a year. Therefore, I do make $1 million a year. Fantastic stuff. Flawless logic right here. Guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, make sure to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you take care of yourselves. And I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.